no longer expecting, at least anytime soon, the low to mid 350s that had been an objective for the last couple of weeks. What I do see now that we've actually closed Thursday below the rising 330.53 channel bottom, that structure, had we not closed below it, we would have anticipated by the end of next week the low to mid 350s again. But I don't think we're going to see this level anytime soon. We've got this high, and it looks like we're going to be closing below last week's low. That outside week negative settlement, that cannot be construed as bullish. Here's really what I think is likely to play out over the next few weeks. I'd mentioned my reluctance to consider the 274.54 level as a 2 to 3 week target, but I think now it's likely, with the settlement clearly below the 330.53 formation. Bullish momentum is certainly evaporated with the poor earnings, and I do think 284.70. I don't know about today. I do see 274.54 as likely over the next 1 to 3 weeks, depending on volatility. There is the trend line that we certainly broke on Thursday, 306.53 today. We closed pretty much right at it. If we open today below 306.53, it is day resistance. And yes, under that scenario, we could continue south of 284.70, given presently heightened volatility on an intraday basis. That would probably be it to the downside, but just know that closing below 306.53 is considered a secondary sign of weakness as we spill into next week. This 274.73 descending channel bottom in reach within a week or two of closing today below 306.53. And I think it's likely that we will, over the next day or two, close below this trend line. As I say, having closed below 330.53 is a bit of a reversal. Now, if we close just below 330.53, we would have taken a more stair-step approach. But this is a pretty dramatic lower gap, and I think it carries with it just sort of continued growing selling interest. At the very least, exiting a long position for those who are holding out over the 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week time frame. I do see 274.54 as likely over the next 2 to 3 weeks. If over the next few days we happen to close below the 284.70, this is nothing more than a low settlement price that was put out in early June. If we close below this minor point, then 274.73 is likely the very next day. 274.73 is a respectable channel bottom. This is a big area of support. 251.60 in particular. I'm not expecting 251.60 unless we close below 274.73 over the next few weeks. And if we do, it becomes a 1 to 2 week target. Only if in the coming weeks we were to close below that 255.41, would I then expect a long-term sell signal. Check us out at wickedstocks.com. You get a 5-day free trial up front. You also get weekly Apple stock, daily Triple Q, daily SPY, weekly S&P 500, weekly NASDAQ 100 analysis, and 2 stock picks every week. You can see that all by going to wickedstocks.com.